Hey guys, here's some advice. If this is your first year in the company, what I would suggest that would really help you out. So, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you that as a rule, you should work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now, one of my mentors said this to me many years ago, and I think it's the best advice that I have ever received, which is don't focus on the company or the job, focus on what you can do to improve yourself. Now, that might be what you're doing on a day to day basis, or it might be the lessons that you're learning on a day to day basis, or it might be the mentorship that you're receiving, or it might be the personal development that you're receiving. But remember, guys, personal development is the reason why you are where you are in life and the reason where you're going to end up where you end up. So I would advise you to do is to read books, to listen to good books, to watch the people that are actually ahead of you and question yourself on why is it that they're ahead of you, whether it's monetarily or in any other way, whether it's skill set. What is it that these people are doing on a day-to-day basis? Because oftentimes in society you have this notion that in order to be successful, you just do something once and all of a sudden you're the success. But I promise you, the guys that are ahead of you in the company or in the finances, it's not what they did once, it's what they do every single day that has allowed them to stay at that level and not only stay but also progress. So the second thing, which kind of leads from the first thing, is I want you to really think about your habits. I want you to think about your habits at work and also especially when you leave work. I want you to think about the TV shows that you watch, if you watch any, which I don't think you should watch at all. I want you to pay attention to the friends that you hang out with. Don't just do things, start questioning what you're doing. And then ask yourself if somebody ahead of you would do these things. One of the best exercises is ask yourself, if you were a millionaire, would you still do what you're doing? Would you still hang out with those friends? Would you go to that place? Would you say these things? Would you watch that thing? Would you listen to that thing? Whatever it is, just kind of pay attention to those things. And one of the things you'll realize very quickly is even you are not acting to your own standards. That's really an interesting concept. Most of us know that we could do better, but we don't. So if it's your first year in the company, I would strongly encourage you to start thinking about your habits and see if you can start doing the things that you generally would, your ideal version of you would do. The third thing is I want you to write things down. I want you to write down your goals. I want you to write down your thoughts. I want you to write down just anything. Just become somebody who writes stuff down. There's immense power in this for a multitude of reasons. The first is it actually unloads your brain so you can think freely. The second is it actually primes your subconscious. Your subconscious brain is the part of you that doesn't really think. You actually write things down freely. We call it free form writing, right? And you write these things and it just come to you, and you write these things, and as a result, you start believing in what you write. So if you write big goals, it starts to manifest itself. That's a really deep concept, but I want you to give it a shot and see how it goes for you. The last and possibly the most powerful thing on this list is your relationship with your phone has to change. And I know that sounds silly, but really just hear me out on this one. If you have a relationship with your phone, first acknowledge what kind of relationship is it? Is the phone in charge or are you in charge? I'll tell you right now, in most of this country, the phone is in charge of people. That thing rings, the people run to it. It dings, the people run to it. They're on it all day. They're just glued to it. Their kids are talking to them. Their parents are talking to them, and they just can't get away from this damn thing. And I would tell you to start paying really close attention to why you pick it up every single time. I would tell you to silence all the noises and the notifications on it. And the next thing I would say is get rid of all the social media. If something doesn't make you money or better, and I would argue with you that I haven't had social media for years now, and it doesn't affect me negatively. I'm not missing out on anything. It's actually, I would promise you that it's an illusion that you think you're going to miss out on something. Your real life is not on a screen. It's in fact, it's outside here. So what I would ask you to do is to get rid of social media, and anything that you don't learn from, delete it, and only keep the things that do serve you. And also start using it to learn things, whether it be YouTube Premium, Audible, Spotify Premium. Get rid of music with words. There's a whole different thing on that. And really just silence the phone. Just don't have any notifications. Only pick it up when it's on your schedule. And guys, if you do just these very few things that I mentioned, I know this is a short video, but it's very powerful. It will change your career, and it'll change how you behave, and it'll change your future. I hope that helps, and just some of the basic things that I have learned while running this company. Thank you very much.